Shout out to Sergeant Brown. I mean, you got laws that are actually scared, terrified. They know they will hurt them. The laws will, Sergeant Strain will hurt you. Sergeant Strain will hurt one of his officers in front of you. He ran this shit with an iron. He said, go change your shirt. He said, unpacking, finish doing your 30 days. I don't get back to school solitary. He said, no. Then one of the dudes, the blood dude out fight, he ran to the other guy. He said, man, look what he did to me. Look what he did to my face right here. The other guy told him, man, get the f out my face. You didn't even fight back. Get out my damn face. That, I know I didn't hear what I just heard. He said, get out my face. You didn't even fight back. You just cost me $20. That means they was gambling on me and him fighting anyway. That's a tale from the crib.
Man, how often, and that's crazy, how often do you feel they would gamble? Like, could you tell the CEOs is probably gambling on this because they kind of letting it go down?
Man, tale from the crib. What about us gambling on CEOs? Oh, yeah. Shout out to my niggas on Ferguson. On Ferguson, you know, when we did, you know, I talked that Ferguson because, you know, I got the right. I earned that. I'm not these other niggas that, tale from the crib that's documented, don't have no reason to lie on these documentaries. They can tell you, oh, he did that. He ain't just making up nothing. King Blood, Mexicans, Mafias. You know, two enemy gangs, they can still say, yeah, he was doing that because we had to go against him. You know, so they watched the play. It be the ones that come home that want to say, man, that nigga, man. Man, I be looking at that. Look at that. But anyway, on Ferguson, let me give y'all something on that you Ferguson know how to talk about. Shout out to my Lawrence, man. One of my Lawrence, man. He had been doing time for a long time, man. He a cool little nigga. He been doing time. Let me tell you something about prison guards. They're more institutionalized than the niggas that's doing time. That's what you don't know. Because one thing you know about niggas that's doing time, they go home. I work here. Hello? Does it make sense? They get to see you go home, but guess what? They still got to come back to prison after they do they 3 and 4 hours with Rick. What's that at home sleep? That they time off and it's back to work behind bars. One thing about officers in prison, you can look at them, all of them have a yellow stripe on them. Each one of those stripes stand for 5 years. I've seen white boys come through the stripes coming all the way there. That's how, you know, you ask a lot how much time you been doing, man. Well, you ain't got no stripes on, I can tell you got 1 bar on you. You've been here 5 years already. You got 2 on you, you've been here 10 years. You know, your stripe, your bars that's on your shirt will tell you how long you've been when you get a bar every 5 years. Laws are more institutionalized than inmates.
Let me ask you.
Don't let me forget. Shout out to Sergeant Strain. Sergeant Strain. Oh, I know this gonna shiver a lot of you timbers that's Texas TDC, that's watching this from TDC. Shout out to Sergeant Strain. Oh, I just gotta say that again. Shout out to Cofield, Darrington, Sergeant Strain, wherever he worked at. One of the hardest convict officers they ever walked. I said convict. He just happened to be an officer. Hello. One of the hardest convict officers they ever walked would whoop an officer and a law. He would whoop a law before he whoop an inmate. Would whoop inmate, fight inmate. Inmates were scared of this law. Shout out to Sergeant Brown. I mean, you got laws that are actually scared, terrified. They know they will hurt them. The laws with Sergeant Strain will hurt you. Sergeant Strain will hurt one of his officers in front of you. He ran this shit with an iron fist. It's always somebody that's legendary besides street legendary. These laws are known for keeping order in the prison. And they respect at the same time. Hello? That's hard to do. Because, you know, it's always the police. I bet you won't tell Sergeant Strange.
But what did Sergeant Strange do? Like, what was he doing?
Captain Strange, Sergeant Strange. Oh, he's the overseer over the law. He's the guard. He's the guard. He's the law. He works there. He's a corrections officer.
Was he corrupt or was he just...
He was square business. One thing about prison, if you don't keep your respect, you lose it just one time, you won't have none no more. I don't give a fuck what you do to try to get it back. They already know you a hoe. Once you fold, being a break. Don't never try to do nothing against that back. Especially when I see you being folded. That was me too. Oh, that nigga just folded. But he didn't fight. He ain't fight. You know, I had plenty of fights. I got tell from a crib I got into with some blood out of Fort Worth. R.I.P. to G-Lo, Cabbage, and Terry. 3 blood niggas in one night. Faded both, all 3 of them. You know, I did shit like this. And these stories are folk work story where the folk work streets can tell you, yeah. That's why I throw names out there so won't get it confused. Like Little Eve and them. You know what I'm saying? Similar to the whole world. But anyway, I seen a white boy pump one of them blood one day. At the domino tape. You know, I'm sitting here minding my business. You understand me? But I'm peeping game. And they playing dominoes and the blood nigga say, oh, get up there. And the white boy say, hey, don't call me no hoe. I said, get that nigga, man, get that nigga white boy. The white boy stood there, man, now I mean, and the little white boy took off, went to his bunk area and put his shoes on. I said, oh, little skinny ass white boy. Okay, but I'm waiting on the blood nigga from Fort Worth, Truman Street, square business, talking shit, always throwing bees up at me every time I see the nigga. Whoop that white boy. White boy came and said, what you want to do? Come on. And then I seen the nigga said, man, I was just playing with you, man. Chill out with that, man. I was like, what? Make a long story short, later on that night, I was sitting by my bunk area listening to the radio, and them same bloods that I seen it happen to, they was throwing bees up in front of me, locking bees and shit. You know, I'm like, God damn, cuz. I can lock that shit over, nigga throwing, you know, you gotta make sure I see it, you know what I'm saying? And then I move out the way, and yeah, blood, bleeding, blame, bloom. So I'm sitting again, one nigga, I'm chilling, mind my business. They gotta walk by me, but they want to stop in front of each other, then lock bees. I say, so they did shit. I started, I knocked their hands. I said, say, man, quit doing that in front of me. Man, it's crip right here. He said, what you talking about? I already knocked their hands down. When they were locking the bees and they hooked up, I knocked their shit apart. Because my thing was this. He said, what you talking about doing? I take off on the blood, G-Lo. R.I.P. That was my nigga, Young Cabbage and G-Lo. I take off on G-Lo. I go to squabbling with him. Big me out, max him out. Cabbage wanted to hit him, I whoop Cabbage. Cherry came over to say what's going on. I take off on Cherry. My thing was this. Don't get tough with me when that white boy just punked you. If you being forward to break in front of me, I know you'll break in front of me. I heard it already, people, you being forward to break, but then you want to play tough around me. That's one thing you can't do. But the officers, Sergeant Strain was the type of nigga that gained his respect. But on Ferguson, we call the laws out. Top row, let's go to 3 row laws. The square business laws, we go meet you up there. Shout out to my nigga Big N. Me and Big N, we fed us 2 police out there. One of my partners got knocked out. One of the laws knocked one of my partners out, left him on the top row. He said, I told you. I love shout out Officer Johnson. You describe it. I love Officer Johnson. One of my partners said, shout out to my nigga, said, CC, Cedric Whitaker, Southside. You understand me? He decided he wanted to get a lot of hard time. I said, Southside. He said, Loudon told me he don't want to fight you, man. But you keep with it, man. He said, man, Loudon want no trouble, man. That hoe. That hoe. He gonna punk you until you this. So the law said, man, I guess gotta go up to 3 row. Oh, you want to go 3 rows to said? Says, oh, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Said ran up the stairs. I said, man, just make sure you don't f*** the shirt up. You get out. I said, he taking his shirt out, just don't go up to him. He said, that's the only way I'm going to get it. Yeah. It's the only way you going to get her. And he ran up the 3 row. I was even going to get his head from tear that hole up. He ran up that 3 row, and guess what he came back down saying? Man, I told you, homeboy, I didn't want to do him like that. What's saying it? Oh, we run up the sand to go get Sad. Oh, Sad. Get up. God damn. He just slept Sad ass up there. But you know, it's all about earning your respect. Even the officers got to earn their respect. Shout out to them officers that took them shirts off and said, fuck that badge, bitch, you gonna give me mine. Y'all can't tell them stories, can y'all? Well, I can.